Rwanda seems to have waited for so long for this apology, to an extent that it is now seemingly ready to take anything for an apology. There were no reparations that were mentioned in this particular statement, and you say that the government seems to be, or is actually accepting this as an apology. Do you share the same school of thought with these panelists who feel that we are now ready to take anything as an apology? And lastly, that they felt that it would be very important for the Pope to visit Rwanda, see the victims, the survivors rather, go see what they go through and feel the magnitude of the genocide against the Tutsis, for that statement to have a feeling or a place in their hearts. Did you discuss with timelines on when the Pope would be visiting Rwanda for this?
Let me begin with the last part of your question. The President of the Republic has extended an invitation to His Holiness to visit Rwanda at the next opportunity. That invitation has been extended. Now, let me go back to what I said in Kinyarwanda a minute ago. We need, as a nation, as a country, to first of all pause and understand where we're coming from. We come from a history that has been very difficult between the Catholic Church and the people of this country and the government of this country. From the colonial times, as you know, the Catholic Church came as a double of the colonial system, to the very, very difficult times of the late 50s, early 60s, the pogroms, the divisive politics of this country for over many decades. Then came the genocide. Men and women of God planned, killed, some of them with their own hands. The churches became killing houses of Rwandans during the genocide. Many men and women of God have been arrested and tried in different countries. So this is a very, very heavy thing. It's not some small individual or an isolated priest that murdered somebody. It's a very deep wound that was created by the church, the Catholic Church in this country. Now, that's where we're coming from. What happened with the visit of the President to the Vatican was a response to an invitation by His Holiness to discuss, amongst other things, to discuss the relationship in general, with the heart of the matter being this responsibility of the Catholic Church during the genocide. So while this is a free country and anybody can express their views, I think it's, should I say, superficial to say that Rwanda was ready to take anything. Rwanda did not take anything. Rwanda took something extremely serious, something that was thought through very carefully, something that was discussed at the highest level of the state, of the Vatican and the state of Rwanda, which was, for the first time, over all these decades of negative history of the church in this country, with a heavily Catholic population in this country, for the church to say, we have absolutely failed as a church, while all along, what was recognized by the church was the individual responsibilities. So I don't think this should be qualified as anything. But it's also important to understand, as in any relationship, in relationships between states, countries, nobody gets 100% of what they want. Relationships are about give and take. So what is clear to this government is that out of that very, very important discussion between His Holiness and the President of the Republic of Rwanda was an element that is going to change the relationship positively between Rwandans in general and the Catholic Church. There is no question about it. But as I said, this is a free country. People can express their views.